Well, I got to agree with those. I got to agree with all that.
Also at the show was CM Punk sitting next to Dana White doing the old gimmick where to not be noticed, he made sure to wear a hoodie and a hat, so he stuck out. And they never mentioned him on television. They did mention Steve Austin. He was shown and got a big pop. But Punk was there.
Punk may have not wanted to be mentioned. I would think that they would have. Maybe not, though, because, the shows that he's at, it's like, you're going to show so many celebrities, right? And Steve Austin's way above CM Punk, and Will Smith is way above CM Punk, and there were one or two others. And they were all people that would be ahead of Punk. So it may have been just he didn't, if we're going to show 4 celebrities, he's number 5 type of a thing. Or he may have just said, look, and again, Dana likes him. So it could have just been like, look, because of everything that's happening, don't make a big deal that I'm here, and it may have been that. So anyway, should have gone to the show, but didn't go because if I went, at least I'd have talked to him, and that would have at least been interesting in some form.
Maybe he would have hid
cool
from
with me
you
at the shows. He's pretty cool with me at the shows. We would definitely talk. I don't know what he would say, but I should have gone. So there you go.
Well, maybe he'll be going to a lot of UFCs from now on, or maybe not.
He may be back Monday, or a week from Monday. I don't think he'll be back this Monday.
You think he's going to be back?
I just had this sneaking suspicion. Look, the thing didn't start out as a work, okay? And I know that. But, after, there's just too many things that have happened that if it was, again, he hasn't been suspended. And that's the key thing. It's like, he wasn't going to get fired, but he hasn't been suspended. Nobody has said anything. WWE is not, and it's just like, it's just not like them. I know that they don't want to get the, I think that there's probably the feeling that if they buried him, there would be a fan backlash. But the thing that really was weird to me was that, thing last week with Cole and JBL and Lawler, when that thing, now, not that they did it, because that didn't surprise me, because that's kind of what you would do, and, especially Layfield and Lawler both. And I think that Layfield and Lawler, and, I don't think that they knew, and they did what they, like making fun of the fact that the chants weren't very loud, and they didn't really sustain, and all that. And that's, whatever. I don't think that they went in there and did that thing and that was like a work. But when it wasn't taken down, that's where it was like, wait a minute. This thing, WWE would get this thing taken down in a heartbeat, and it wasn't. And so that's where I thought that maybe. But I don't know. We're going to know. We're going to know in Chicago. Either he's going to show up in Chicago or he's not. If he doesn't show up in Chicago, then he won't be there. All I know is that people who know him believe that Vince will talk him into coming back because of that. But again, at the end, I don't know. Yeah, because WrestleMania, it's a big deal. If it wasn't WrestleMania, it'd just be like, you know what? Let him go because his contract's expiring. He really does want to leave, unless he wants to stay. Because what's the point if he wants to go anyway and his contract is coming due in July? Unless it's WrestleMania, there really is no point for bringing him back, just to bring him back and then have him leave again. But because it is WrestleMania, you can, and there's so much at stake at this year's WrestleMania, and he is, one of the most popular guys they've got, and WrestleMania is all hands on deck show. I think that's where, again,